Hey everyone, how's it going? So today I'm gonna be making a video about meal prep recipe. This is gonna be turkey meatballs with pasta, garlic bread, and salad. Pretty much this is just some stuff that they had BOGO at Publix this week where I live. And yeah, it's something inexpensive. I think I spent $14. Granted, I already had some of the stuff like seasonings and the box of pasta, but they had salad buy one get one. They had pasta sauce buy one get one. So there's, basically if you see something that's BOGO and you see multiple things, just, try and see what you can put together, and it makes for a pretty easy meal prep. I mean, you could easily spend $14 going out to eat. It's gonna last you one night versus this is probably gonna last me 3 days, but because I'm going to split it between two people. So like, for instance, if it's just one person, you could probably get at least 4 to 6 days out of it. Or if you want to split it between two people, 3 each. But overall, it's very practical. Okay, so you're going to need a pound of ground meat. I particularly like to use turkey because it's leaner and it's going to release, less grease. You can use ground chicken, you can use ground beef, you can use ground pork. Literally whatever your heart desires. Even if you want to like mix, I've seen people mix ground pork and ground beef together, it's pretty good. So it really just depends on your preference. You're gonna need pasta of choice. I prefer this pasta just because it's easier to meal prep with. You don't have to worry about it like all sticking together. They had BOGO pasta sauce, like I said. So I got one of the red sauce and one of the white sauce. And because I'm using a whole box of pasta, I will typically use both. I'll mix them together. Okay, you're gonna need breadcrumbs. I recommend using panko, breadcrumbs, and then the rest are gonna be our seasonings. This is really just what you wanna use, preference. I might use different, oregano, garlic powder, smoked paprika, onion powder. I will say though, like, you can also put like minced garlic in here. You can also put diced onions. Typically I will do that, but I didn't have any, and honestly I forgot when I go to the store. But as long as you have enough seasoning, and I did get the ground turkey Italian sausage blend, so it should have some flavor to it as well to kind of like make up for it, but either direction, you're gonna enjoy them. Okay, you're gonna start by cracking your egg into a small bowl, and you're gonna whisk the egg. Once the egg is whisked, you're gonna add it to the ground meat. Then you're gonna add your breadcrumbs. Honestly, I might go back a couple times and add more. It really just depends how wet everything is. And then I go in with my seasonings. And I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to seasonings, I don't really ever measure. I just kind of dump, and whenever I think it's done, it's done. Or I kind of go like by the color of it, right? You don't want, in my opinion, you don't really want your food to be super pale or like sick, as I call it. So, yeah. I will say something that makes a huge difference is if you're able to get like freeze-dried, fresh, whatever kind of herbs you're able to get. Like, I particularly will use like freeze-dried just because it lasts longer for me. And I don't want to waste anything, so. Okay, last but not least, I put this pretty much in any meat that I use. It's sazon. I'm sure any Hispanic household you go to will know exactly what this is. Alright. And then, yeah, just some parsley. Okay, once everything is mixed in and you feel like it's at a pretty good consistency, you're gonna start making your meatballs. I prefer to put them on a plate so it's easier to just transfer them into the pan. And I usually use these little scoopers I have, but unfortunately I don't have them with me because I'm not at my home right now, but it's not terribly hard to try and make them all the same size. But if it's your first time, just trust yourself. I believe in you. Once you make the first few, you'll kind of get the feel of like what weight it is, so. I want to say typically I can make, I want to say like 15 to 20 meatballs. So we'll see how many I can get out of this, or if I make them a little bigger than I did last time. And granted, this was only a pound of meat, so if you wanted to do like more, obviously you can get 2 pounds and just double everything that I'm doing. Or if you just want more meat and, you know, you can still do the same amount of pasta, but if not, you need 2 boxes. And I hope you have a pot big enough to make that, because that's a hefty amount of pasta. I can always recommend too, if you make more than you expect and you know you're not going to eat it, you can always freeze it, because I guarantee having a frozen and like defrosted home cooked meal is better than like any frozen meal that you're going to find in the store or like fast food. So okay, so I got 16 meatballs out of that. It is a very messy process, so if you would like to wear gloves, I would highly recommend it. Okay, like I said, I got 16 meatballs, but you might be able to make more or less depending on how big you'd like them. What we're gonna do is transfer over to the stove and start preparing everything. Alright, so here are our meatballs. You're gonna wanna heat a skillet on medium heat. And then you're gonna add some olive oil once the pan gets hot, and we're gonna start browning up the meatballs. All right, next we are going to heat our skillet. I have it on medium, so it's on level 5 out of 10 for me. I'm gonna add some olive oil. Decent amount. You want the pan to be coated. You don't want any of the meatballs to stick. And then I'll swirl it around to evenly coat the pan and start browning the meatballs. We don't have to cook them the entire way because we will simmer them in the sauce, but it is, you know. All right, they are on medium level, and I'm gonna keep them and rotate them until they are brown evenly on all sides, and then set them aside on a plate with a paper towel to help absorb any grease. And then once they are finished, we're going to add our sauces to here, add the meatballs back in, and let them simmer until the pasta is finished. All right, yeah, and then you're gonna add your pasta of choice, give it a good stir, and let it boil according to the instructions on the box. Usually I would say boiling it between like 10 and 12 minutes or until your liking. All right, so you're gonna wanna take your meatballs and you're gonna wanna put your sauce into the pan. I would turn it on the lowest setting that you have because you wanna simmer the meatballs, and you're gonna cover it. The noodles are done, so I'm gonna take them out and strain them, and then I'm gonna keep them covered and add a little bit more olive oil just so they don't stick together. All right, and dinner is ready to go. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And yeah, have a good day or night or whenever you're watching this.